all I can say is I can't afford to get hit by a car right now. I mean, I have a race in less than a month.
All that I can do is say,
After months of training and a little bout of shin splints, I finally made it to peak week. Now typically peak week is about 2 to 3 weeks before your big race, leading into your taper. It's your most intense week during marathon training. I feel like one of the main reasons why it's so intense is because you've logged so many miles, put so many workouts in, and you're working on tired legs, and you're pretty much exhausted. Your body's to the point where it's just almost broken down, and yet there's still work to be done. Now this may not necessarily be my highest mileage week, but my legs are definitely feeling the impact. This is why it's important to not only work on quality miles and quality workouts, but to also make sure you're getting in quality foods. Nutrition plays a huge role in your marathon training cycle. It can not only help fuel your workouts, but can help you recover as well. And when your weekly volume and intensity increase, your fuel intake should increase as well.
So for lunch today, I am having avocado toast, although I kind of mix things up a little bit. I'm actually adding a couple things to my avocado toast. It's actually on a plain, or not, no, it's a everything bagel. Everything bagel. I'm adding something to this, which I find to be really good and really delicious. It's actually a little bit left in here. It's homemade vegan Parmesan cheese. It has cashews, garlic powder, nutritional yeast, some salt. But I add this on here also because it adds a little bit of something extra to it, gives a little extra flavor, add some salt in there, some nutritional yeast, some cashews, adding to the fats from the avocados. Afterwards, I get some carbs in also after I run today, which is also really good. I have on top of here everything bagel seasoning. I mean, it's an everything bagel, but I find sometimes adding in a little bit of extra seasoning in there just kind of feels nice. Plus, the other side of this bagel doesn't have any everything bagel seasoning on there, so I'm just gonna add a little bit on there. And yeah, this is pretty much what I have. It's not necessarily 100% filling, but it is something that kind of gets me through that morning to maybe lunchtime period. So I had my breakfast when I got done my run, and now I'm having this. This is kind of like a second breakfast. Like I said, it's like mid-snack lunch kind of a thing or whatever. It's so good with adding everything else on there. Highly recommend trying this. You could pretty much do it like after a run. I like having it a little later, but it's simple. Something easy to have. It's good to get the calories in after you're done your run. So good. So the next thing I'm having is this blueberry muffin. I actually started getting a little hungry after I had eaten the avocado on a bagel. So I have this vegan blueberry muffin now. I don't know why, but I always feel like blueberry muffins are like my Achilles heel. Like, I love blueberry muffins. Whenever I have an opportunity to find a blueberry muffin, I usually just pick it up and grab it. And this one, it's so good. Very delicious.
Dinners earlier in the week are typically more protein heavy. I'm not saying that there's a lot of protein, but I feel like we have more protein-based meals in the beginning of the week versus the end of the week. Because towards the end of the week, we're having more carb-based meals. Although when there is a speed session in the middle of the week, we transition to carbs to prep for that run. So dinner was barbecue seitan and broccoli over some rice. The wind has been pretty relentless the past couple of weeks, and with no signs of letting up. And you toss in some rain here and there, and we pretty much have temperatures and conditions that London Marathon would be. I know it's a little inconvenient, but honestly, I'll take it because if I can become more prepared for race day, I'll do it. Now, I had mentioned earlier that I make pasta before speed sessions if it's during the week. And seeing as though that I have speed sessions on Wednesdays, typically the night before, which is a Tuesday, I have pasta. I try to change it up every once in a while and have different types of pastas as well as different types of sauces. So this time we're having something that's kind of like a macaroni and cheese, but not really. It's using nutritional yeast as the cheesy element, but it's pretty much a combination of oat milk, turmeric, salt and pepper, garlic powder, cashews, and nutritional yeast. It's a pretty simple meal and it's easy on the stomach, or at least for me it is. Now, I know I've mentioned this beforehand, but every time before a speed session or a speed workout, I always get nervous. I've done these workouts numerous times, I know I can hit the paces, but everything about it just kind of makes me a little bit anxious, especially when it comes after dealing with an injury. But as soon as the workout gets started, that all goes away.
Happy Wednesday. Today we have a speed session. It's actually a repeat speed session, one I've done before, but the thing is, I'm doing this one on tired legs. This is peak week of training. It should be an interesting one. I probably won't record during the speed session, but I'll check in during the rest period. Rest period's about half a mile. So, let's get after it. About a little over a mile in. Let's get this workout started. Ooh, here we go. Ooh, all right, first one's done. Went out a little hot on that one, but felt good. Otherwise, started with a slight incline and a decline, which is good. Got 3 more to do. Ooh, I can tell these are gonna get harder as they go along. But we're here for it. Let's get after it. Round 2. Let's get after it. Whew. Halfway there. 2 more to go. Ooh, that was a spicy one. I actually felt really good on that one, which is a good sign. 2 more to go. Another half hour rest, then we'll get going. All right, round 3. Going up. Let's get after it. All right, that's 3 down. Oh, definitely feeling harder. But sun's coming up, so that's always a good sign. 1 more to go. These definitely don't get easier. But now I have 1 left. Makes it feel better. 1 more to go. 1 more. Let's get after it. And the 4th one is done. Wow. Oh, that was tough. Whoa. The hardest part about doing any kind of speed session or anything like that is always the cool down. It's never the actual workout itself. I mean, don't get me wrong, the workout is hard. But the hardest part is the cool down. So it's like, oh man, I still have X amount of miles to go. Well, in my case, it's like 1.5 miles. But man, it's tough. I feel like drivers just don't care about stop signs. I just saw this one driver just blast through a stop sign like it wasn't even there. So if you're out there running early morning or any time during the day, just be careful. Some drivers just don't care. I'm actually a bit surprised at how I felt today. I felt actually really good, and that's very surprising during peak week for me. So I guess that's a good sign, especially during peak week, that I'm getting ready for race day. Not too far away from now. Just wrapped up little over 9 miles this morning. Feeling good today. Like I said earlier, like this workout went better than expected. Mile repeats are always tough, but yeah, definitely pushed through this one. Felt good, felt strong. That's always a good sign, especially during peak week. Another beautiful morning for a run. It's a little colder out, but you know what? It's gonna be what it is. And yeah, gonna go out the day. I mean, I feel like it was a win for the day. Maybe for the week. I don't know. I have one more hard effort workout this Saturday.
For the past couple of weeks, I haven't really actually embraced Taco Tuesday. It's become more of a Taco Wednesday, and the only reason being is because I don't want to necessarily have any kind of taco fixings or anything like that before a speed session, so I just push it off to Wednesdays. But when I actually have tacos, I'm not necessarily having an actual taco, it's more of like a taco bowl style. It's typically white rice, some black beans, an avocado, and some salsa. It's all simple ingredients, nothing too crazy. I'm just making sure I get a healthy balance of fats, carbs, and proteins in this meal.
I truly believe that some drivers think that stop signs are optional. I just went, I crossed through a four-way intersection. There was a stop, a four-way stop. Everybody stops. And car just decided to roll right through it. Almost hit me. So yeah, that's cool. They didn't. They were going slow enough, maybe 20 miles an hour. But still, just rolled right through the stop sign. Didn't even see me. It's like, really? I was already in the middle of the intersection. That's the part that boggles my mind. I was already there. And the whole thing happened within a neighborhood, like a quiet neighborhood. One I usually go through. So it's a little surprising. And it also happened when it's this bright outside. So it wasn't dark out at all. All I can say is I can't afford to get hit by a car right now. And I have a race in less than a month.
So for lunch today, I'm going to be doing noodles, which this is actually pretty good. It's like mac and cheese. It's pretty good. The carb content on here is 49 grams of carbs, and there's about 2 servings per container. So I'm going to pretty much do this. So I'm going to get real fancy and eat right out of this pot just because that's just what I want to do.
Some What are the odds? Just finished up this like shakeout run-ish to prep for tomorrow's last long run, last 20 miler. But yeah, today was definitely a rainy day. Kind of annoying in the beginning because it's like rain and wind, but it's also like 68 degrees out here. Not 65, I don't know, it's like 60s. But yeah, I feel like the run went pretty well. Went a little faster than I would like to have, just based off my heart rate, but it could have just been because it's just been a long week just in general. And this is peak week, so my legs feel okay. They feel kind of ready for tomorrow. We'll see. I'm hoping that it's not going to be too rainy out tomorrow, but honestly, I feel like if it's going to be a little cooler out and rainy, I wouldn't mind it but so much because it could prep me for London. So I'm always kind of thinking like ahead when it comes to that. So we'll see what happens there. But for now, I'm just going to get on with my day, get some carbs in for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner to prep for tomorrow's long run.
Breakfast this morning will be this apple cinnamon oatmeal. I'm gonna have 2 packets of this. I usually have this before a long run anyways, but I'm gonna have 2, maybe 3 packets of it. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm feeling kind of hungry right now, so let's just call 3 packets right now. Each packet is 40 grams of carbs. And we're gonna add some stuff to it also. I'm gonna go with 3 packs today. Now, typically during one of my longer runs, I try to keep it a little more simple, and I usually just choose something that doesn't necessarily have a lot of like fiber in it. Like apples have a lot of fiber in them. I mean, it's just kind of not necessarily with apples. But anyways, besides that, I try to do the maple and brown sugar oatmeal before a long run. I'm working on just carb loading. I'm just doing apple and cinnamon version. So I have I have 3 packs in here. Now, typically when I make oatmeal the day before a long run, I try to add in like a couple of extra things also. A little bit of turmeric and black pepper. Turmeric is actually very good for inflammation. It definitely helps out with that. So I'm gonna add in some of that there. I don't like to add in too much because I don't necessarily like the flavor of it too much. I feel like it's a little too overpowering. So I add that in there. And also black pepper, it boosts the anti-inflammatory properties like quite a bit. So I make sure I added a little bit of that. You don't necessarily need a lot. It tastes a little funky if you add too much in there, but I add those in there to help with inflammation and help get that kind of sorted away. Almond butter, that's one. So I make sure I get some fats in here and some protein as well. And then one extra thing I like to add is maple syrup. This has 27 grams of carbs for 2 tablespoons worth. So I always like to add this in there for some additional carbs. I feel like it's kind of like an underrated carb supply. I mean, yes, you can use honey and stuff like that, but I feel like it's something that's like underutilized for runners. So I always like to add it in here. I don't know how much I put in here. It might as well have been like a quarter of a cup. I have no idea. So there's that. Forgot to add in blueberries. Definitely always add these in. Just something else to kind of help with antioxidants and add a little more flavor in there. But yeah, this is pretty much my breakfast before a long run, or at least I try to do that. When it comes to liquid carbs, I've been adding in a lot more of the Scratch Super High Carb Mix. I take this along with me when I go on my longer runs. Like I drink this along with using gels at the same time period. Sometimes I just rely on just this. But when it comes to the carb buildup, the day before a long run or a couple days before a long run or before race day, I try to make sure I include more carbs in through this form because it actually has a good amount. So on the back of this package here, it says that there's 400 calories per serving. That's 7 scoops of this carb mix. And then there's 100 grams of carbs per serving. So I feel like that's like a good way to actually get in some carbs also when it comes to carb loading the day before a race or a couple days before a long run or whatever it may be. So I typically try to get some of this in. I just use my water bottle for the sake of this. But yeah, so I usually try to get this in because I feel like it's just another easy way. Jeez. I feel like it's another easy way to get in carbs. So we're gonna do about 7 scoops of this. And the whole idea behind this is, so that's one. The whole idea is to make sure that I can like sip on this pretty much like the whole day. So I'm not just taking it all in one shot. Not that I really mind that at all either, but that's just like a constant flow for me when it comes to carbs. I take this with me pretty much like everywhere I'm going. Like if I go grocery shopping, I try to make it in such a way that I'm actually taking this with me. I'm sipping it along the way throughout the day. So I at least get 100 grams of carbs in that I know I'm getting 100 grams of carbs in at the minimum through this drink mix. So mix it with like 20, I think it's like 20 ounces of water. So I'm gonna do that real quick. But yeah, I mean, it definitely gets a little chunky in there. It's a little weird. So I tend to shake it quite a bit and then let it sit, then shake it again. Because I feel like it actually works out better that way. Drink carbs this way and also using like fruit juices is a great way to actually build up how many carbs you're having per day. I think it's a great way to do it so you don't necessarily feel as bloated like from eating all of your carbs, like bagels, rice, pastas, whatever it may be. You can still have those, but I feel like this is another great way to actually get carbs in, as well as like fruit juices and everything like that. Also leading up to race day. So tonight we're having my favorite pasta. It's a classic. I pretty much have that before any long run or any race, trying to get more carbs in my system and everything. But this go around, I'm actually making my own pasta sauce. All right, so garlic right here, that's ready to go, and onions, which are ready to go into the pot right now. I feel like I'm on like a cooking show, like Cooking with Corey. But yeah, sauce is going right now. Pasta, I'm gonna get that ready in a little bit. But yeah, keeping it very simple, very low key when it comes to anything before a long run or race day. That's the way I like it. Call me basic, call me boring, but you know what? At least I know what works with my system and what works with my body and all that stuff. So I shouldn't have any issues on the long run tomorrow when it comes to what I'm eating tonight.
When it comes to breakfast before my long run, it's pretty much the same thing. Oatmeal, peanut butter, maple syrup, and a drink mix that has 2Before, Element, and Scratch super high carb mix. I try to have this about 90 minutes before any kind of long run or race.
All right, it is peak week, long run day, and got quite a big workout today. It's another 20 miler with a fast finish long run, but the park is definitely it's quieter because it's cloudy, and it's definitely windy out here too. So there's that. Gonna get this run started. This is peak week again. I think I'm gonna be capping out at maybe well over 60 miles. Not quite sure exactly how much further, but we'll find out in a little bit. Getting everything ready to go. I'm gonna be wearing my vest today also. I'm gonna put this shirt on, I haven't done that yet. Dropping that vest off at mile 16 and picking up my handheld water bottle and also taking on the energy shots from Ketone IQ. Gonna be good to go. Today's long run, I have water and electrolytes. Electrolytes in one of these ones. No carbs, because I have 3 gels, Precision Fuel, in this pocket, in my vest. And I have 2 gels in my pockets, my shorts pockets. Those are going to be ones for the marathon paced effort. So I should be good. I'm going to pick up my water bottle when I swap this vest out. That has electrolytes and a little bit of carbs in there also. All right, back to work. It's like super windy out here, super gloomy. Perfect conditions to train for the London Marathon. After gel number 1, knocking back gel number 2. It's now raining, so that's fun. That just adds to the unpredictability of weather. And perfect London training. Gel number 4, gel number 3. Wow. Oh wow. It's raining a lot harder out here now. Yay. Still got quite a bit to go. Oh man. Couldn't get any better than this, I guess. So, I am now swapping out my wet vest, taking a ketone shot, take my water bottle. Cheers. Peach flavor is actually pretty good. But yeah, took this, grab my stuff, get going for the marathon effort. All right, 1 more mile, then marathon effort. Gotta take my last gel. It'll be the caffeine one. And then use this water bottle with carbs and electrolytes. Let's get after it. 1/4 mile left, and have to get started. I'll check back in afterwards. Just finished up this 20 miler, fast finish. Holy cow. The last little bit was really hard because I had a massive headwind and I was going uphill at the same time period. It made it worse, but got through it. My quads are burning right now, but yeah, felt really good during this run. I said the last mile was definitely the hardest one, as normally that's what it is anyways, but yeah, wow. I didn't finish my handheld water bottle though. Didn't feel like I necessarily needed it, so I'm gonna finish it walking back to the car though, because definitely I'm thirsty. So there's that. One thing I don't understand, my watch. I thought this was a pretty awesome workout. I thought I did a pretty good job. Excellent, good maybe, but apparently my efficiency on my cordless watch says that it was fair. What? So pretty much after I get done any like hard effort workout that's like more than an hour's worth, in this case it was well over 2 hours, I make sure I have this Scratch recovery drink mix with me. This is the chocolate one. They actually don't make this version anymore. I bought a couple of extra pouches of these. But they have the oat milk version out right now. Both the oat milk and the chocolate ones are vegan. I have that right now. They're perfect for post long runs or post any kind of like hard effort workouts. It's just exactly what the body needs. It's a 4-to-1 carb to protein ratio, or 5-to-1. I think it's 4-to-1 carb to protein ratio, but perfect for getting in carbs and protein post run to help out with recovery. Now, there's nothing like chomping down on a banana after you get done a long run. It tastes so good.
All that I can do is say